Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's super relatable. We've all got those spots in our homes stuffed with stuff we don't use or really need anymore. It's super easy for these things to pile up, creating a cluttered mess that can really stress us out. But guess what? There's a silver lining to this whole thing. Yep, you got it. We're not just going to clean up the clutter, we're going to turn that clutter into cold, hard cash. Imagine transforming your space into a more organized, stress-free environment while also adding some extra dollars to your pocket. It's like hitting two birds with one stone. You get to enjoy a tidy space and earn money from items you no longer need. So, are you ready to learn something new today? If you are, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on more practical tips and tricks like these. Let's turn that clutter into cash together. 1. Sorting the clutter. Alright, let's dive into the first step, sorting the clutter. The key to tackling this task effectively is to create a system that works for you. A simple and effective method, as recommended by professional organizers worldwide, is to sort items into 4 piles. Let's break down these categories. 1. Keep. These are items you use regularly or have a strong emotional attachment to. They are things that add value to your life. Remember the famous saying by organizing consultant Marie Kondo, keep only those things that speak to your heart. 2. Sell. These are items that are in good condition but no longer serve a purpose in your life. They could be clothes that no longer fit, electronics that have been replaced, or furniture that doesn't suit your current decor. 3. Donate. These are items that may not have much resale value but could still be useful to others. Think about old books, kitchenware, or clothes that are still wearable but not brand worthy. Donating these items can make a significant difference in someone else's life. 4. Trash. These are items that are broken, damaged, or otherwise unusable. It's important to dispose of these items responsibly. Check your local waste management guidelines for proper disposal methods. Now, as you sort through your items, it's essential to be realistic and honest with yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, I might use this someday. But if someday hasn't come in the last year, it's probably time to let it go. 2. Determining value. This step is crucial because it helps us set a realistic price for our items. But how do we go about it? First, it's important to understand that the value of an item is subjective. The value of an item is only as much as someone is willing to pay for it. So how do we estimate what someone might be willing to pay for our items? 1. Research. Start by researching similar items online. Websites like eBay and apps like Poshmark can give you a ballpark figure of what similar items are selling for. Look at the listing price, but also check the sold listings to see what people are actually paying. 2. Condition. The condition of your item plays a significant role in determining its value. Items that are in excellent condition or still in their original packaging will fetch a higher price than those that are worn or damaged. 3. Rarity. Rare items or collectibles can often fetch a higher price. If you think you might have a rare item, it might be worth getting it appraised. 4. Demand. Items that are in high demand will sell for a higher price. For example, according to a report by eBay, vintage video games saw a 205% increase in sales during the pandemic as people turned to nostalgic pastimes. It's easy to overestimate the value of our items, especially if they have sentimental value. But keep in mind that buyers are looking for a good deal. Once you've determined the value of your items, it's time to get ready to sell. But before we move on to that, have you ever found a hidden gem in your clutter that turned out to be worth a lot? Share your story in the comments below. 3. Cleaning and repairing. You might be wondering, why should I bother cleaning or repairing an item I'm going to sell? Well, the answer is simple. A clean, well-presented item can significantly increase its value and appeal to potential buyers. Let's break down why this step is so crucial. 1. First impressions matter. Just like people, items only get one chance to make a first impression. A clean, well-presented item will catch a buyer's eye and make them more likely to consider purchasing it. As the saying goes, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. 2. Showcases the item's best features. Cleaning an item can help showcase its best features. For example, a clean, shiny piece of jewelry will catch the light and draw attention to its intricate details. Similarly, a clean piece of furniture will show off its design and craftsmanship. 3. Indicates good care. A clean item indicates that it has been well cared for, which can reassure potential buyers that the item is in good condition and worth the asking price. 4. Increases value. Clean and well-maintained items can sell for up to 50% more than similar items that are not as well cared for. That's a significant increase that can add up to a lot of extra cash. So how do you go about cleaning and repairing your items? Here are a few tips. 1. Start with a basic clean. Use a damp cloth to wipe down items and remove any dust or dirt. For items like jewelry or electronics, consider using a specialized cleaner. 2. Make minor repairs. If an item is broken or damaged, consider making minor repairs. This could be as simple as sewing a button back on a shirt or replacing a missing screw in a piece of furniture. However, be realistic about what you can fix. If an item requires significant repairs, it might be better to sell it as is or even discard it. 3. Polish and shine. For items like jewelry or silverware, a bit of polish can go a long way in making them shine and increase their appeal. 4. Consider professional cleaning. For high-value items, it might be worth investing in professional cleaning. This can significantly increase the item's value and make it more appealing to buyers. 4. Selling online. We've sorted, valued, cleaned, and repaired. Now comes the exciting part, selling. There are numerous online platforms where you can sell your used items. Each platform has its own set of advantages and caters to different types of items and buyers. 1. eBay. This is one of the oldest and most well-known online marketplaces. It's great for selling a wide range of items, from clothing and electronics to collectibles and antiques. 2. Facebook Marketplace. This platform leverages the power of social media to help you sell your items. It's particularly useful for selling items locally and is great for a wide range of items. 3. Depop. If you're selling vintage or unique fashion items, Depop is the place to go. It's a social shopping platform that has become hugely popular with the younger generation. When selling online, there are a few key things to keep in mind to ensure a successful sale. 1. Take good photos. Make sure to take clear, well-lit photos from multiple angles. Show any flaws or damage to ensure the buyer knows exactly what they're getting. 2. Write a clear description. Be honest and detailed in your description. Include information like the brand, size, condition, and any other relevant details. 3. Set a fair price. Use the research you did earlier to set a fair price. Remember, buyers are looking for a good deal, so be realistic about what they're willing to pay. 4. Be responsive. Good communication is key to a successful sale. Be responsive to questions or offers from potential buyers. 5. Garage or yard sale. While selling online is a fantastic way to reach a broad audience, there's something to be said for the good old-fashioned garage or yard sale. It's a great way to sell a large number of items at once. So how do you organize a successful yard sale? Here are some tips. 1. Choose the right date and time. Most garage sales happen on weekends. Start early in the morning when it's cooler and people are out and about. Check the weather forecast and avoid scheduling your sale on a day when rain is expected. 2. Price items appropriately. Unlike online selling where buyers can easily compare prices, garage sale shoppers are looking for a bargain. Price your items to sell, but be ready to negotiate. 3. Presentation matters. Organize your items neatly and logically. For example, group similar items together like kitchenware, books, or clothing. Make sure items are clean and displayed attractively. 4. Be prepared. Have plenty of change on hand and consider using a cash box to keep money secure. If you're comfortable with it, consider accepting digital payments. 5. Offer bulk discounts. Encourage people to buy more by offering discounts for buying in bulk. For example, you could offer a deal like buy 2 books, get 1 free. If something doesn't sell, consider lowering the price or even giving it away. The goal is to end the day with less clutter and more cash in your pocket. 6. Consignment shops. Let's explore another avenue for selling, consignment shops. These stores can be a fantastic option for selling, particularly for clothes, shoes, and accessories. Here are some tips to make the most out of consignment shops. 1. Choose the right shop. Not all consignment shops are created equal. Some specialize in higher-end designer items while others cater to everyday wear. Choose a shop that fits the type and quality of items you're selling. 2. Understand the terms. Before you consign your items, make sure you understand the shop's terms. This includes the percentage you'll receive from the sale, how long the store will keep your items before they're donated or returned to you, and whether you'll be paid upfront or after the item sells. 3. Prepare your items. Just like selling online or at a garage sale, presentation matters. Make sure your items are clean, in good condition, and in season. 4. Be realistic. Consignment shops are businesses, which means they need to make a profit. They're likely to price your items higher than what you get at a garage sale. But remember, they're also doing all the work of selling the item for you. 5. Consider online consignment. If you don't have a local consignment shop or prefer to sell online, consider online consignment shops. These platforms work similarly to physical consignment shops but allow you to reach a broader audience. Selling through consignment shops can be a great way to declutter, especially if you have high quality clothing or accessories that could fetch a higher price. It's also a more sustainable way to shop, as it promotes the reuse of items and reduces waste. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. 7. Trade-in programs. Let's delve into a method that's particularly relevant for electronics. Trade-in programs. These programs, offered by companies like Amazon, Apple, and Best Buy, allow you to trade in your old electronics for store credit or a discount on a new purchase. Trade-in programs can be a fantastic way to declutter and save money, especially if you're planning to upgrade your electronics. Here are some tips to make the most out of trade-in programs. Check multiple programs. Different programs offer different trade-in values, so it's worth checking a few to see where you can get the best deal. Some programs may offer more for certain brands or models. 2. Understand the terms. Make sure you understand the terms of the trade-in program. This includes what condition your item needs to be in, how the trade-in value is determined, and how you'll receive your credit or discount. 3. Prepare your device. Before trading in your device, make sure to back up any data you want to keep and then factory reset the device to erase all your personal information. This protects your privacy and makes the device ready for its next owner. 4. Be realistic. Trade-in programs are a convenient way to declutter and save money, but they may not offer as much as you could by selling the item yourself. However, they save you the time and effort of finding a buyer, which can be worth the trade-off. 5. Consider the environmental impact. Trading in your electronics promotes recycling and reduces e-waste, making it a more environmentally friendly option. 8. Specialized platforms. It's important to remember that not all items are created equal. Some items, like collectibles, designer clothing, or vintage items, may fetch a higher price on specialized platforms. These platforms cater to a specific audience of buyers who are willing to pay a premium for unique or hard-to-find items. Here are some tips for selling on specialized platforms. Understand your audience. Each platform caters to a specific audience with unique tastes and preferences. Understanding your audience can help you price your items appropriately and create listings that appeal to them. 2. Be honest about condition. If you're selling collectibles or vintage items, condition is key. Be honest about any flaws or damage, as these can significantly affect the item's value. 3. Consider authentication services. For high-value items like designer goods or rare collectibles, consider using an authentication service. This can reassure buyers that the item is genuine and worth the asking price. 9. Donating for a tax break. If you've tried selling your items and they just aren't moving, or if you simply want to give back to your community, donating can be a great option. Donating items not only helps those in need, but it can also provide you with a tax deduction. Here are some tips for donating items for a tax break. 1. Choose a qualified organization. To claim a tax deduction, you must donate to a qualified organization. This typically includes nonprofit groups that are religious, charitable, educational, scientific, or literary in purpose. 2. Keep good records. If you plan to claim a tax deduction for your donation, make sure to keep good records. This includes a receipt from the organization and a detailed list of the items you donated and their fair market value. Decluttering is not just about making money, it's about creating a more organized, stress-free environment. It's about letting go of the old to make room for the new. And if you can make some extra cash along the way, that's just the cherry on top. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite tip from this guide? Do you have any other tips of turning clutter into cash? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue this journey together, turning clutter into cash and creating more organized, stress-free homes. Thanks for watching.